What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Freddy Plus None. Got another solo podcast for you guys today. Sorry this podcast is coming out late. Like I said last week, work's just kind of been hectic for me, man. Work's been really fucking wild for me. It's been putting me through the ringer in everything in life. Right now, um, yeah, my schedule's all fucked up. I said it last week. It keeps getting more and more fucked up. I keep getting these what I'm calling false promises about like when my shit's supposed to regulate, but I'll believe it when I see it, man. But anyways, just want sorry that the episode's late, guys. But anyways, just wanted to fill you guys in on what I've been going through. I told you guys last week that I'm procrastinating a lot. I think that a lot has to do with my anxiety. I've been getting a lot of anxiety lately. It's been affecting my sleep. It's been not fun. Anxiety is it's crazy, man. I started developing anxiety a couple of years ago when I really started noticing my anxiety start getting crazy. Um, Anxiety, the way it hits me at least is I start breathing really heavy, like I start getting out of breath. I start getting these chest pains where it feels like I'm having a heart attack. It's fucking scary, man. But then I know it's just my anxiety. I just gotta breathe through it most of the time, and I get through it. I'll talk myself through it, But that shit doesn't mean that it doesn't suck. Even though I can talk myself through it, that shit sucks, man. And I've been prescribed anxiety medication before, but I don't like the way that shit makes me feel, man. Anxiety medication, like, if I feel like it numbs me, like I'm not myself on it, Like, um, I I don't know. I feel boring when I'm on it. Like I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to do anything. I can literally just sit on a couch and do nothing. And like those commercials where there's an old anti-marijuana commercial where it's two girls hanging out, and one girl's sad that her friend smokes weed, and the other girl is just like kind of slumped like this, and she's flat. She looks kind of like a Gumby. That's how the anxiety medication makes me feel, man. And yeah, I don't like taking that shit. I took it once. Um, I remember the time I took it, I had to take one of my cats to the vet, man. Really early in the morning, my cat had a appointment, and I woke up that morning, and I told my wife, I was like, "There's no fucking way I'm driving." I was still like asleep. Like it was fucking crazy. So I had to wake her up to drive me and my cat to the vet. And I remember sitting in the car, like just out of it. Like I couldn't think straight. I knew we were going to the vet, but I just felt out of it. Like I was zoned the fuck out, man. And it reminded me of like like uh like Xanax, I guess. Well, yeah, Xanax is anxiety medication. Yeah, I used to do that shit when I was young, and I was dumb back then. I shouldn't have been doing that shit, but I don't like that shit now. Like, it's crazy how much it's changed for me. Something that I used to do recreationally. Now that it could probably help me, I don't like taking that shit. It's fucking crazy, man. Fucking wild. But anyways, enough about my mental state, and so I actually got people fucking hitting me up on the email. So thank you guys for hitting me up on the email. The email, if you guys want to send in questions or topics or anything like that, it is freddyplus1podcast@gmail.com. I got some questions sent to me by my cousin Edwin and the homie Manny. Manny, who's called himself the number two Fredhead. I don't know, Manny. You might be coming for Caesar's spot. I don't know. You guys are tying it up. But anyways, we'll get to these fucking questions now. I'm gonna start off with Edwin's. Edwin wrote to me, Freddie. He had 3 questions. Freddie, if you could relate to a Pokemon as a dad, which would it be? If you don't like planes, are you into camping? What 2 things, aside from food and water, would you want to bring on a desert island? All right. Good questions. I like them all. Thanks for sending them through, Edwin. So I'll answer them in order. If I could, what Pokemon do I relate as a dad? Nidoking, I would have to say, only because it's the first generation's like family type Pokemon. So I've said it before, I'm a huge nerd, guys. I actually tried opening up an Instagram account to sell some of my Pokemon cards. It didn't go through, and mostly because I didn't follow up on it. Like posting up on Instagram daily, I don't know. It's not my thing really. That's why my Instagram for the podcast kind of is, and that's my bad. I gotta stop procrastinating. Like I said, I did last week a lot. And just fucking get on top of that shit, because if I don't promote myself, who will, right? But Nidoking is the answer for that. Nidoking. So, the Instagram. That's how I got there. The Instagram was called Papa Nidoking. So it's still open. It's out there. I got a couple pictures of my Pokemon cards on there if y'all want to check that out. Second one. If I don't like planes, or am I into camping? Nah, I am not into camping, dude. That Natalie's really into camping, which must suck for her, and I feel bad that I don't like camping because she's really into it. She has stories about going camping with her family and stuff, and I wish I was into it, man. I really do. And to be honest, I've never really done it. The only experience I really have camping is going on a trip with my parents, and like spending, like parking in parks. We went up to like Salt Lake City and Reno, and we parked in national parks and the park grounds. But we slept in the back of the truck, man. And that was my experience with camping, and that shit sucked, man. That shit was whack. I was stuck in a car with my family. So that's why I don't like camping. But I guess camping in a different situation does sound a little fun. If I was out with my friends or my wife even. Yeah, I could probably get into camping. But as of right now, nah, I'm not really into that shit. But maybe all it will take is one good camping trip to turn my views around on camping, and I have a daughter. Maybe I should be more open to it. Maybe she'll love camping. So I think when she's a little older, because she's only 2 right now, I don't think she'll remember if I take her camping right now. Maybe when she's a little older, I'll broaden my experiences with her, so I could share. Maybe my first good time camping would be with her, So I'll wait for like another year or so to try camping. And then the last question was, what 2 things aside from food and water would I want on a desert island? A knife is one. A knife, but a big ass knife. Fucking like a machete. A machete. A fucking machete would be a must. And something to start fire, so like a lighter or something like that, or maybe not a lighter, because a lighter is gonna run out of fluid. One of those, like a flint, like one of those. I would bring that with me on a desert island, because a knife you could fuck shit up with, like if there's wild animals like attacking you and shit, you could defend yourself, or even like to cook shit, you could chop shit up with a knife. Knife is, I think, if you're not choosing a knife and something to make fire, what are you choosing to bring on a deserted island? The fuck? What? I'm trying to think, what else would people bring that would be practical? Those are the two most practical things: fire and something to defend yourself. But yeah, those are the two things I'd bring with me on a deserted island. Thanks for the questions, Edwin, and I'll get to Manny's questions. So Manny threw a bunch of questions in his email as well. Um, I'll go through some of them to save some of them for next week. Caesar sent in a bunch of questions too, but I don't want to make this podcast like the last one where it's just a bunch of questions, right? I'll try something a little bit different on this one. So Manny asks, uh, I love how he started it. He goes, "Yo, Freddy, it's your number 2 Fred head checking in. I have a few questions for you. Who is your wish list? Who is on your wish list of guests you would want for the podcast? As a father, what experiences from your life would you want for your daughter to have? What would you like for her to avoid?" Um, Oof. And then I'll just do those two. Man, that second one is pretty heavy. But the first one, my wish list guest for the podcast, I don't know, man. I don't have a wish list quite yet. This podcast was really meant to be just me and my friends, but of course I would like to have guests in here. Like fuck, man, it would be dope to get like, maybe some like, I don't know, man, like local celebrities in here, someone to help push this podcast, I gotta start reaching out, maybe, I gotta fucking advertise myself, man. I'm lazy with it though, procrastinating. Again, I gotta work on that shit. But yeah, no, I haven't really thought about like a wish list. I've had a few friends in mind that I've thought would, be really fun to hang out with on the podcast. I think you'd be really cool on here, man. You should come over one day. We'll talk some shit. But yeah, I'll get back to you on that one, man. I'll add people to that wish list. I'll really think about it. But what experiences from my life would I like my daughter to have? Oof, man. I want Audrey to have a group of friends like I have, man. My favorite thing about my childhood is my group of friends. Like, and you know this, my core group of friends I've known most of my life. Like Roberto, who you've all seen on the podcast, I've known him since 3rd grade. My other best friend Jaime since 5th grade. The newest friend that like has really come into my core group of friends is Ruby. But like I don't like, yeah, that I want her to have that, man. Like if she can have a couple of solid best friends that she can depend on and that she can lean on and will be there for her throughout every stage of her life, man, that would be fantastic. I feel I was super blessed in that way, man. Like I love my friends. Like I know I don't hang out with you guys as much as I should, but man, I love y'all, and I feel blessed that you guys have come into my life. What do I want her to avoid from my experiences? Las Vegas. I wanted her to avoid all of this shit, man. Growing up here was fun as fuck. Like, don't get me wrong, man. I got into some fun ass shit here when I was little. Like, I wouldn't change my experiences for anything. But is that something I want for my daughter? Fuck no. Like, all these ratchet stories that I have, like all these club stories, dude, I don't want her to experience that shit. Like, I know what growing up here is like. Like, yeah, people grow up fine out here, but some people grow up really fucked up out here. I'm lucky to where I fell somewhere right in the middle. I'm in a good sweet spot. Like, I did some fucking up in my past. I did some really bad fucking up, but you know, I'm in a good spot right now, right? I'm in an okay spot in my life right now, right? So yeah, man, I want to get out of Vegas. I don't want her to grow up out here. Um, but and I've been talking about my wife and about where we want to move. Um, and we've been throwing places around, man. We've been really really loving fucking spots in Texas, man. We're looking at houses out there. It's affordable. It's within our price range. If we sell, our current house, like we can fucking move to Texas. It sounds dope. And with the job I have right now, I'm sure I can get a good job out there, easy. But I I don't really align myself with the politics in Texas. Like like I'm a pretty down the middle type guy. I'm not left or right, politically. I'm pretty down the middle, you know. Uh, and I guess that's not a good place for Texas is not a good place for a down the middle type guy, because the whole fucking uh the overturn turner of fucking Roe versus Wade, man, that shit is wild. Like, I would hate for something to happen to my kid, to my daughter, when she's older, and there's an unexpected pregnancy, and like she can't abort her baby. Like, she doesn't have that option to her. Like, the fuck are you thinking, Texas? Like, I feel like, of course, a woman should be able to choose if she wants to have an abortion, man. Like, the fuck? What's wrong with y'all? Like, it's just let people do what they want, man. Like, the fuck? So that's what's kind of keeping me away from Texas. But other than that, man, Texas is fucking beautiful. Everything I've looked at, like housing, like where I would want to live, fucking gorgeous. Fucking gorgeous. Bigger houses than what I currently live in, for cheaper than what my house is currently worth. But fuck, like the politics out there, man. And like another place, same thing, where I think it's fucking beautiful and I would probably move if it wasn't fucking crazy, is Florida. I would love to live out in Florida. But all the crazy shit that I see goes on in Florida streets, man, is fucking wild. It is insane. So, yeah, I don't know if I can move to Texas or Florida, even though it looks beautiful out there. And then when I was out in Florida vacationing, man, I fucking loved it. I loved it. The only thing I didn't love was the humidity, but I can put up with that shit. I'll deal with it when I'm there. But I don't know, man. And Florida people were wild. The driving out in Florida was insane. Like, fucking nuts. And then at any moment in Florida, someone can, or Texas too, you just fucking any moment they honk at you in traffic, or you honk at them, boom, guns pulled out on you. Well, because that's Florida and that's Texas. And do I want to live in that? I guess it's normal for people when they grow up out there, but I didn't grow up with that shit. But I don't know. Who knows? But shit. Oh, I had another topic, but no, I guess I didn't really have another topic. um, I guess I did want to mention, again about the delay and everything, um, in the podcast, and with everything going on in my life. There might not be in the next couple weeks, man. The podcast it's gonna get inconsistent, and I want to apologize beforehand for that. But I don't know, man. Like I'm getting to a point in my life where I I'm wanting to make some changes to where to make my life easier, man. I feel like the decisions I've been making right now in my career are not making my life easier. And that's not what it should be, man. Um like I'm really big on like work personal life balance, Like and I feel like right now that balance is it's not right. It's definitely not right. I'm feeling it in in myself. I'm feeling it in my household. My household is not running correctly, And I gotta say, man, my wife's she's being really, really cool about how how fucked up my schedule is, because it's hard on her, man. It's really hard on her too. Like, we're not spending as much time as we want to right now together. Um, and we know life gets in the way, but it's not what I know it can be better, I know it can be better. And I just got to make some personal changes, I feel. But who knows? Maybe those personal I got to think that stuff through, and I don't know if I can be recording the podcast while having this shit go on, So I want to let you guys in on that. So if the podcast is late or it doesn't come out next week, I'm sorry. Like this week's episode, it's going to be a day or two late. I know they normally release on Thursdays. I'm currently recording this the Friday after I normally release. So this will probably be going up immediately after I'm done recording. But I do want to say thank you guys for listening. I really do appreciate everybody that does listen. I appreciate anybody that tells me that they've listened. It means a lot, guys. It really does. So follow the Instagram. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And thank you for joining me. I know this was short, but I wanted to let you guys in on my personal life a little bit. Let you guys know where I'm at. So love you guys. Bye.